Hello and welcome in another video. So in this video, I'm going to show you CRUD operation in Angular, and the backend I'm going to use is Spring Boot. So here is the simple application what we are going to do. So this, when we click on home page, we are seeing that's empty, and when I click on this student list, I will see here the student list, and here is the search option. So if you want to add new student, suppose, then I can add something like this. Suppose I can add anything and click on save button. Okay, and success, we can close this one, and we can write like this. And if we click on the student list, we can see all the list here, and we can filter this list sites like we, or I want to search like this. Okay, so we can filter, or if we have to click on edit, just I can click edit button, and we can update the address or any details from here. Okay, just click on update, and it is updated now. If we go to student list, then we can see updated details. If I want to delete, just we can click here on the delete button. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you in this video, and for this I have used, like, I have created one backend API in Spring Boot. So this is a very simple application. So cross origin I have allowed to this React application localhost 4200, and all the methods like delete, put, post, and get. So here is the simple one array list I'm taking here, one empty list. I'm not using DB because I want just you can clone this project, and you can run in your system without doing some database setup. So here is the first method which will return all the list, and this is to delete a specific student, and this is for getting one specific student, and this is for creating new student, and this is for uh, updating a student. So I want to show you this API. Suppose I want to get all the students list, so we can get all student list. So currently I have only one student. Suppose I want to add one more, just simply click here, and we can save. Just go to get to get all the list. So we are seeing all list here. I want to suppose update, so put and body, and we can select something ID we have. So I want to update the ID for 104 or 106. I want to change the address. Okay, so ID 106, and I want to change the address. Send. So address is updated. We can see now the latest updated detail. Suppose I want to delete, so you can select delete here, and first I want to get a specific student now, so we can pass here 106 to get a specific only one student. And suppose I want to delete, just select your delete method, and I want to delete this data. So click on this button, and this is deleted now, and we should see now only one detail, only one student. So we are seeing only one student. So this is what we are going to do in this video. Okay, so let's create one Angular project. Ng new Spring Boot Angular CRUD. So it is asking, like, would you like to use routing? Yes. CSS? Yes. Okay, so project is created now. Just open this project in Visual Studio Code, and I can just import, open folder, go to here and select the project folder. Okay, now project is imported. Now I want to run this project. Then just write one command ng serve. Now it will compile this project, and it will deploy in dep server. So once compilation is successful, so just we can open browser. Yeah, it is compiled successfully. write here localhost 4200. So now I'm seeing some default page. So just I want to remove this existing code, and I will add our own content in this page. Okay, so just go to src, and here I want to show you, tell you just something. So this is the package.json where we have all the dependencies. So it is Angular core, you can see 8.2.14, it means Angular 8 I'm using here. And if you have to add any other dependency, we can simply add, right? So we can go in app, and here we can see the default HTML page, CSS and module. Okay, so here is the app.module. We will import all other modules if you're using in our project. And now let's open the default page, app.component.html. So whatever content we are seeing here, it is coming from this page. So just we can clear, and just I can write. Okay, so it will automatically compile and redeploy if we make any changes in file. So simply just write one h1 like hello. Okay, just we can see hello, or just write Spring Boot Angular CRUD, and we can see. Now I want to use Bootstrap in my project. So just open one terminal and we can install Bootstrap. Okay, so to install Bootstrap or any dependency, npm I and the name of dependency. So I have to install Bootstrap, and I want to specify version number. If you don't specify any version number, so it will download the latest Bootstrap, like currently Bootstrap 5. So I want to use Bootstrap 4. Just hit enter. So it will just download. I mean it will be installed, and we can see here once installation is completed. So just open Bootstrap, see, and dist, and we can see CSS file. So these are the separate CSS for grid and this reboot. So this is the main Bootstrap main.css, which contains everything. So just I want to use this one. Okay, so after installation, just add one Bootstrap class text center, right? But it is not reflecting. Why? Because just I installed and I have to refer that one. Okay, so here is style.css. You can see style.css. This is global CSS file, means it is accessible, or whatever CSS code we will write in style.css, that will be applied in all the pages. Okay, so just I want to import CSS, import, and it is in Bootstrap folder, and dist css and bootstrap.main.css. That's it. Let's see. Yeah, we are seeing in center. It means now Bootstrap is working. So here just I want to design one navbar. So just write Bootstrap navbar. So I have installed extension, Bootstrap extension you can install to get this template. So let's write home and remove this. Just copy here for student list and add a student. Just write student list and add a student. It's great. Now I can see here this menu. Okay, so what I want to make this dark. So just busy dark. So we can see dark. If you want to make this white color, so just I don't want to add CSS in the global here. So simply we can go here, CSS, app component CSS. So this is specific to this component. Okay, so just I can write like color as white. That's it. Now we can see the color is white. Okay, so what I will add, when I will click on this student list, I want to render here, I want to load a student list page. When I will click on this add student, at that time I want to load one page or one form to add a student. Okay, so the next thing is here, I want to add one dependency. I want to make backend call. Okay, so if you want to make backend call, so open app.module, and I need to import HTTP client module. So using this I can call external API. So from this application I have to call bootstrap API. So just import from Angular common HTTP, and the dependency module name is HTTP client module, and we need to import here HTTP client module. That's it. So now we can use client module. Okay, so now I want to create one service class. Okay, in service class I will write the logic to call external API. Okay, so how to generate service class? Just ng generate service you can write, or simply just we can write s. Okay, and I want to write in student folder, so student slash student. So you don't have to write like a student service, just we have to write student and it will create a student service. Enter. Now student service is created in this folder. So this is for the testing purpose, and this is the student service. Okay, so in this just I want to write the logic to call external API. So what I need to do now, I need to add HTTP, means just I have to inject here HTTP client. Okay, so what will happen, the object of this HTTP client will be injected. And the next thing, just write all the function. The first function just I'm going to write add or create a student. So it will take the object of a student. So student class is not created, so let's create one student class. Ng generate class. Okay, student. So student class is created now. Here just add all properties, id, number, string, name as string, age, number, phone as string, and address as string. Now just import this student. Okay, and here return this dot http dot post, and I have to use here URL, and the second parameter required what, student object. So the second is student object, and the first one I have to write URL here, URL. Okay, so let's get URL. So I don't want to write hard coded here directly, so just write one, create one property in environment file, open this environment.ts, just create one property API base URL and localhost HTTP localhost port number 8080. That's it. And just I want to read base URL equal to environment dot API base URL. So simply just I can write here base URL. That's it. Second one is to update student. Okay, so just write the function name as update student. It will take parameter and just write here put method. Okay, so I want to send put request. Next is to get all student list, then get student list, return this dot http dot get, and I have to send the URL as base URL, so it will return all the list. Next one is get student, it is for a specific ID, then this dot http dot get dot here base URL and just concatenate ID. Okay, so return this one. It will return a specific student which ID is this one. And now I want to delete student, so it will just, we have to call in the same way, just change the method name delete student and method is HTTP method is delete. That's it. So it will take URL and I'm sending here the delete request. So now logic to call backend API is completed, and now we have to create components. So one component is for showing the student list, second one is to edit student list, and third one is to add new student. So three components I need to create here. So the first one, I want to create a student list. I want to get the student list. Then ng generate component student list. So it will generate all four files, okay, and it will update here that component in app.module. So just open app.module. So here a student list is created. So just we can go here in student list folder, and here we are going to write the logic, and in here I'm going to write what code, okay, like HTML or UI part. So when okay, so here we are getting error something. You may need an additional leader to handle the result. Sorry, here it is not equal to. So here it should be colon. Okay, this is JSON object. That's it. So when I will click on this one, what I want to open that page, student list. I want to load the content of this page, okay, student list. Then first of all, I need to add routing. Then open routing, app routing modules, and here is array. So just I need to create object. It will take path. So path, just define student list, and component for this. So component is student list. That's it. So when I will click on this link, what I want to load this component, okay, the content of this component. So for this component we have here this template. So this template will be loaded. Then just go to our app.component, because when I want to click on this button, this link, I want to load that content. So we have router link, okay, and just write that endpoint or that URL. Just remove this thing, is not required. That's it. So when I will click on this, what will happen? So the path for this one, like the component for this path, I have specified that is student list component, okay. So student list component is this one. It means the template is student list.html will be loaded. But when I click, nothing is happening, only just changing now, okay. I can see now in URL it is changing. So what will happen when I'm clicking on this where is that? Let's open. So when I'm clicking on this any router link, I want to load, okay, then I will have to specify where I want to load that component. Then just I can write here router outlet. So what will happen if I click any link here, then the content of that component will be loaded between this, okay. So now we can see here, if we click here and if we're clicking here, student list works. In the same way we can create for add student, but let's load first student list. Close these all things, okay. So only required here is student list component. Here I want to get the student list first. So just write one array of student type, because I will get the list of student, okay. So in this case I have written the logic to call external API in service class. So just write here student service and student service, but we need to inject, we need to specify here it is a service, okay. So just go to module and in provider add student service. That's it. Now just call, and the time of loading, I want to call that API to get the student list. So simply, just what I can do, uh, this dot student service dot get student list, it will return the list of student, and we have to subscribe. Why? Because the return type of this function, if you see, post or get or put, is observable. Observe means what? You can see observable, it means it will make the call in separate thread, and once that is completed, that task is completed, it will call one uh, callback function. Okay, so it will call that one, and we have subscribed. So once that code, like the task is completed, it will call one function here, and it will pass that response here, and this is anonymous function. So we'll get the response in response object, in this object. Okay, so I want to assign this to student and response. So it is saying this, we can specify any, that's it. So it will call that API, and it will just get the response and store in student. So we have a list of students here, just write students better, right? Then we have one model here, students. What I want to show all the details, all the list, whatever we have got in this student, I want to show in this HTML page. Then let's create table. So just write in one container, table header I want first. So let's write ID, name, age, phone and address. Name, age, phone, and here address. In the same way, I don't want footer, remove this footer. So we can see here, let's write ng for loop. Okay, ng for, let's s from where, students object. Okay, student model, just write here s dot id. Now I should see here the list of id, but I'm not seeing. Why we're not seeing as student? Let me check. Okay, so the problem here is, okay, so the problem here is I forgot to mention here student slash students. Okay, so I forgot. Okay, so here I have to add student, sorry. Okay, so it is loaded now. Okay, that's great. Sorry, I forgot that. Okay, so let's add other fields here. So name, s dot name, and here age, phone and address. That's great. Now we are seeing all thing, right? And let's add one more header, th action, and here just add td button. Okay, so class btn edit student, and btn warning, that's it. Delete button, danger. Okay, so now I want to give some gap here. So style margin right 5 pixel or 10 pixel, whatever. That's it. Now we are able to get the list of student. The next thing what I want, when I will click on this one, I want to load one page where I can enter, I want to load the student form. Then let's create a more component. Ng generate C register student. Great. So I can see here register student here. So I need to add more path in app routing. So I have here app routing. So just add one more object path edit student, and component is, sorry, not edit, register student, and here register student, register student component. That's it. And the next thing is, when I click here in app component HTML, when I click here, I want to call add student here. So this href is not required. Just write register student. That's it. So when I click here, now I'm seeing the content of our register student page. Let's create one form here. So just write in container, just write one card. That's it. So in this card header, add new student. Yes, we can see new student. Just remove these things and create one form here. Just write here name and do the same for all. That's it. Now we can see this form, and let's add one more button or register, whatever we can see. So just I want to set some size of this one, style width as 50%, and margin I want some 10 pixel, okay, and auto. Now it should be in center. That's great. Okay, so the next thing is just create one model. Just create one here model in register student. Okay, student equal to new student. That's it. And I want to bind the property of this student object with this form fields. So with name I want to bind here ng model. Okay, so student dot name. In the same way I have to bind all is address. That's it. But page is not loading. Just go to inspect and see in the console. Yes. So since ng model is since it is not known property, it means I missed to add form module. So go to app.module and import form module. That's it. Now the page should be loaded. Yes. Now page is loading. Now when we enter the data, so we can get here students. Okay. So just write one function, save student. In save student, just inject here student service as we did in student list, student service and student service. Just call that method this dot student service dot create student and pass student object, and we can subscribe, and it will call that callback function. In response we can get here. So in response, just I want to print something, class console.log response. Okay, that's it. Let's write something and click on save button. Now let's see in console. Nothing happened because we need to add the event. Okay, I forgot to add event on this button. So just add one click event here. Click equal to save student. This is a function, so it will be called now. Now entered again. Click on save button. So we are seeing some error here. Localhost 8080. We are not able to call. I hope it is enabled. Student service. Go to student service. Sorry, I missed here. Students. That's great. Okay, so just add again. Add something and click on save button. Yes, we got a response here, right? This response. So what I want to show some message here like successfully saved, and I want to clear this field. Okay, so to clear this field, just we can simply close this one here. After getting response, just this dot student equal to assign new reference. New reference means now we'll get all default value that will be replaced. And the next thing is I want to show some message here, successfully saved. So open this one. I want to add here in footer alert. I want to add alert at success. Just add one button. Sorry. Class close. Then as some message, strong message, successfully saved. Yeah, so we are seeing here all the time successfully saved. Let's add one close button here, one entity times. You should see one cross button here. What I want, when I will click on this button, I want to close this one. Okay, and by default it will be hidden. Then just add one property here, one if condition, ng if the value of show alert is true. If it is true, then that will be added here. So go to this component and take this property, and by default false. When we got the response, means it is created, show alert as true, and just write one function close alert, and this dot, this dot show alert equal to false. So when we click, I want to call this function. Just come here, and on click of this close button, click equal to, here what happened, close alert. That's great. Now by default it is false. Let's add one more or something. Add some phone number and save. Yes, I'm seeing. So we can, and now when those text fields are clear, just close. Yes, it is working. Go to student list. We can see this two new detail. Okay, so now we got the list of a student, and we are able to add new student. Now the next thing is, when we click on this edit button, I want to open one new page, and I want to show the existing data, and we can edit and we can save. So just create one new module again, ng generate module edit student. So in edit student we need same thing, just copy here and go to edit page here. So before that let's add on a routing, one path, edit student, and component here, component edit student. That's it. And the next thing, when I click on this button like student list, an edit button, where is edit button? This is register one in student list. It should be in student list here. Okay, so when I click on this edit button, I want to call. So ng route. Okay, so edit student, but what I want, I have to pass, just remove this one. So which student was clicked, I want to pass that ID. Now we are coming to student page, but we are not able to get that ID. So what I want to get that ID. Then I need to modify a little in this routing part. We have to add this dynamic parameter. Just give slash here and ID. So this is dynamic ID or dynamic param. So when I click here, I have to pass an edit list as second value in this array. Just pass that ID, so s dot id. So what will happen now when we click on this? Yeah, we can see dynamically it will be passed. Okay, now in this page I want to read that. I want to read that parameter. In edit student, how can we read? To read that parameter, just we have to add here one dependency, route activated route. So using this we can get, so just declare one ID number. I want to get this dot route dot snapshot dot params, and the params name just I specified, that is ID. So we can get here this dot ID. Now the next thing is I want to get the data for this student. So let's call and add one student here, student in the same way as we did in create a student. So just get the existing data for this ID. So this dot student service, I want to call student service to get student. So private student service. Then here this dot student service dot get student, and it will take ID, this dot ID. Subscribe and just call, it will return one response. Okay, so there is one URL. What is that URL? Localhost 8080 student. So it will return all the student list like array, but to get a specific student I have to pass something 100. So we are getting like this. Okay, so actually there should be one common format for all type of response, but anyway I want to access this data. Okay, so I will get everything, this object I will get in response. So if you want to get this ID, so I can do here dot data or dot masses. So here response dot data, so it will show error. Just write here any. This data I want to assign to this student variable, this model. And the next thing is here I want to add this form here, same thing with existing data. So just copy the content from this page, register student. Just copy, Control C, go to edit student component, Control A, and paste. I should see now existing data here. If I click, oh, we are not seeing. We are not seeing. Why? Because let's check. Is there any error? 400 in student. I'm getting 400. It means localhost students. I'm passing ID. Sorry. So I missed here one thing. In student service, this I'm passing. This is the dynamically, right? So it should be plus ID, and here should be ID. Just write slash here directly. Plus, sorry, I forgot. So student and ID, like this I have to pass. Okay, now I should see. Yes, I'm seeing. So how I'm saying, we have a student object, right? And it is two-way binding in this one. Now I'm getting the student response and just assigning to this student ID. Okay, so what will happen, it is two-way binding. That's why I'm seeing here. Just go to student list, click here. Yeah, we are seeing for that one. Go here and click here. Okay, so we are seeing this one. Go to student and here. If I click, the next thing is I want to update something here, right? So to update, just go to edit student and add event. When I click on this button, I want to write something like this: update and update student. So let's create one function here. In the same way, we created create student here, update student, and just call this dot student service dot update and pass here student, and subscribe. We will get response. Just print console.log response, and I want to clear the fields student dot new student, and we can add that successful message or close alert here. That's it. So we want to add something here, suppose, and just open this inspect. I want to see in console. Click update button. Yes, we got success response, and now these all text fields are clear and I can see the latest value address. Just go to student list and we should see student list here, sorry, the new address. So what we did, just we added the functionalities to show the student list, add student, edit student, and the next thing is delete student, which is very simple. Just we have to add event here. In a student list, go to student list, and on the delete button, let's add one click event and call delete student. In this component, we can add one function, delete student. So to delete student, I want to pass ID. Let's write here ID and go to this student list and pass ID from here, s.id. That's it. In where is that student list? This dot student service dot delete student, and just pass ID and subscribe response here, and just print in console dot log response. That's it. Let's click here, delete. It was deleted or not, just open here console. Yeah, object I printed, we can see mass is deleted. Then it is deleted now. So what I want, when I'm clicking on delete button, I have to refresh. Okay, so what I want to reflect here, I want to show here like it was deleted. We can show masses, or simply after deleting I want to filter this dot student equal to this dot student filter. I want to filter, and here is student. Let's write logic, sorry, logic. So what logic you can write, return if id is not equal to s dot id. S dot id, just specify the type here for this. I should not see this one, any, or make this any, sorry, this is E, okay, it should be S. Okay, now let's click here. Great, let's click here. Okay, so this data are deleted. Let's add again. Save. The next thing what I want to add search filter, search option on the top here. I want to add one text field. So close everything here, just go to student list, and on the top of table I want to add one input field. Input type is type, just add search, and class form control. Yes, I'm seeing here. Let's add some margin, style, width 50%, and margin I want this in center, so margin just give 10 pixel, and auto, both side I want auto. That's great. So we can see here, let's write one placeholder search. That's great. So what I want, when I click something, I want to search in the real time. Then I need to create one pipe. Okay, so we have many existing pipe you can use, so I want to create one new pipe here. How can we create? Let's generate ng generate pipe student filter pipe, enter. That's it. So we can see here student filter pipe somewhere. Yes, student filter pipe. Actually I don't have to write that one, just copy this one. So what will happen, we can filter. Okay, so we'll pass here, like we will just configure our this pipe, and it will pass here list. Okay, student list. So if you want, you can specify here student, and this you want like list. We can pass many parameters, just I want to pass name, so just simply write here search text, and it is string, search text. I will show you how it will work. Let me filter first. So I want to filter, I want to write the logic to filter. So the first thing, if list is not available, means there is no data in this one, so I want to return one empty array. Second case, it may be if search text is not available, then what I want to return, I want to return that complete list, return list. If search text is there, list is there, means there is a data in the list, then I want to filter. Search text is equal to search text dot to lowercase. First I want to make this lowercase because I want to make it case insensitive. Then list dot filter s, and here I want to filter. How can you filter? This s dot name includes what search text include, just filter this one, and finally just return this list and assign this list. That's it. How can you use this pipe? Just copy this name, go to student list and add here. Where is that loop? Here. Give one pipe here symbol, name of that pipe, and here we have to pass value. So what will happen, it will call that transform method. Okay, it will pass the list, this list it will pass, and here is the value in the transform, and it will compare whatever the logic we have written to filter from this, it will filter. So what I want search text. I want to just bind this field to this text field. How can you bind? ng model, and let's write search text and see the magic here. Just refresh and write A. Yes, it's working. Oh, it's not working. It is filtering. Oh, A is filtering, but what about D? Okay, so something may be wrong here. Search, sorry, even name I should make this lowercase, right? To lowercase. That's it, and it should work now. MS Dhoni, yes, Dhoni. Its name is enough, yeah. So now the filter is working. So whatever we wanted to cover in this one, I hope I covered. So if you really like this video, please share with your friends, and if you have any question, just add in comment, we will discuss. And I will upload this code in Git repository, and I will add the Git repository link in that video description, so you can just clone and you can run. If you have any doubt, just add in comment. Thank you.